Hey, what's going on today, y'all? I'm Chuck, coming at y'all again with the Millionaire Mindset. But before we get started, don't forget to comment, like, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm coming up with a new video today. Today is going to be about welfare, child support, Section 8, disability, or Social Security, whichever one that applies. Hopefully none of them apply, right? Because we got the Millionaire Mindset. So first and foremost, I would like to add, all of these programs that are in place are temporary sources of income. Point in case, child support is for the child. Now the lines get blurred when people want to pay car notes. They say, well, the kid's riding in the car note, or they use it to pay rent or a mortgage, and they say, well, the kid needs somewhere to stay, but if you didn't have the kid, you would still have to pay that car note or that rent or that bill. So mainly it should be used in the care of the child, but I'm not going to dig too deep into that because I might hurt some people's feelings. Also, Section 8, welfare, disability, or Social Security income, all of this stuff is meant to be temporary sources of income. It's not meant for you to be in the system or on the system for the next 10, 20, 30 years. These are just supplemental programs that'll help you navigate through life or survive to weather the storm. Now, you shouldn't be weathering the storm your entire life. Now, when I mean weather the storm, you know, you lost your job, you got sick, you had a kid, whatever the case may be. You go through it, you find a new job, a new career, a new hustle, a new grind, a new way to reinvent yourself, or an idea or a plan to get out of this bad place or limited income or no income place that you're in, because you can always elevate and grow. You can find support groups, you can mirror someone, you can talk to someone, but there are ways to get out of your situation that you're in, no matter whether it's small, medium, or large. You can always navigate and move from one situation to another. Also, as I said earlier, all of these programs are in place are meant to be on a temporary basis where you face some type of hardship. There's no way you can positively have 20 years of hardship. You have to be making the wrong decisions and choices in your life if you've had issues for the last 20 or 30 years. Or maybe you just need some time to reflect alone to figure out what it is you're doing wrong or what it is you need to do right to better yourself so that you can get away from these programs or these type of assistance that you're seeking or you have been using over the years. Because think about it, most of the time, they're not going to pay you a lot of money. Even if we dive into food stamps, it's not going to provide you with the money where you live a normal, healthy lifestyle where you can save or buy a home or get that car you want or those shoes or those clothes. So it's at a lower price point to keep you uncomfortable and make you want to do more or elevate from that point. I mean, think about it. You wouldn't stay on the elevator if it stayed on the ground floor the whole time, and where you was trying to go was on the 21st floor. The elevator wouldn't serve you any purpose. So these programs are the same way. They are temporary programs until you come up with a permanent solution. You should not, like people that I can think of where their mom stayed in Section 8 housing or government housing, the grandmother stayed in the auntie, and so on. So you got 3 generations of people staying in government housing. Now, if that's the best you can do, hey, go for it. But you can always change and come up with a better way to do something. There is no right or wrong way to elevate in your life. As long as you're not robbing, stealing, killing, or pillaging people, then hey, go for it. Whether it takes 2 jobs, 3 jobs, you might be able to do it with 1 job, but whatever it takes, just get it done and don't rely on the system, because the system also gets all this money from taxpayers. And I know some people say, well, my mom paid into it or my dad paid into it or I deserve it. No, what you deserve is a better life, and you should give it to yourself by working hard, coming up with a plan or idea to get out of the situation that you're in so that you can have a better life, better car, better food, better schools for your children, better education for you. All of that creates value in your life when you have a better system as opposed to waiting on the system to save you. You create your own system. Many people have lost, people have died, people have done more with less. So you can too. Don't beat yourself up. Don't look for a pity party. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get out of that negative situation that you are in. Welfare. Welfare is created to help needy families on a temporary basis until they can navigate and come out of whatever pothole or place they're in that's keeping them from operating at a normal level, or their version of normal, because everybody's version of normal is different. We know that. You know, some people eating bologna and light bread, drinking Kool-Aid, and eating potato chips, that's healthy and that's normal. And that's okay if that's your world. I just know it's a better way than that. Give me the broccoli, the salmon, and some water or unsweet tea. And for dessert, you can just give me an apple and some graham crackers. But hey, that's my rule, right? And welfare is only limited to 5 years. So are you going to get a job and quit it? Or are you going to just remain below average or mediocre so that you can rely fully on these programs? The main thing is, in order for you to stay in this rut or this place you're in, you can't be applying yourself at all. You're just sitting there doing the bare minimum. The bare minimum will get you the bare minimum in return in your life in all areas. So do more to get more and just apply yourself. Section 8 is more geared towards elderly people. Now you have someone that can't work, or they got sick, or they're just at a point where they can't do any better. Then you know that's understandable. They just have to use that system, and that's what it's for. But if you look at all of the people, or at least 50% of the people that's on the system and using the system, they're healthy and they're perfectly fine. The only thing that is unhealthy is their mindset. Once they change their mindset or their environment or their thinking or their perception of things, then they will begin to change and they can elevate and pull themselves out of that situation so that they can become homeowners. Or, I mean, even if you rented a home or you got an apartment, but you stop relying on the system to provide for you, and you started being accountable, and you start being a man or a woman enough to go out and work and provide and create the life you want and be able to enjoy some of the things that's out here in this world for you to partake in, instead of sitting there waiting on taxpayers to take care of you. One great benefit of Section 8 is it creates affordable housing by giving vouchers, and the government pays a huge portion of the rent where people stay. Or if you have government housing where the rent is, I don't know, some people pay $10, $20 just to stay there, and that's fine. But if that's you, stack your money. Come up with a way. I mean, if you have to sell cool cups, lemonade, potato chips, eyelashes, eyebrows, weaves, do haircuts, whatever, just take that money, reinvest it, save it, and do something so that you can get a nest egg, so that you can get off Section 8, so that you can become a homeowner or rent an apartment or whatever it is that you desire. But don't just stay in that place and just let life pass you by and you don't do anything different, because you don't know what you're missing out on until you apply yourself and elevate yourself and put yourself in a different arena where people are buying things and having stuff and traveling and saving and investing. It's a whole world out here, so don't limit yourself to what you've seen or what you've been exposed to. The level of opportunities are endless. All you have to do is just think it and apply yourself. You will find a way to connect the dots and make all of it happen for you. Disability benefits. I've met some people that are young on disability. I've met some people that were healthy on disability. I've met people that deserve to be on there for a number of health reasons, whether they were self-inflicted or they were born with these issues. But I've met and I've seen some people with issues, and not saying they don't deserve it, not saying there's nothing there, but I've met veterans with no legs that still work. I've met people that can't see that still find a way to generate money. I mean, you have people that can't hear, you got people that can't drive, people that can't walk, and they still go out and provide and find lucrative ways to provide for themselves or their family. So what I'm saying is some people should apply themselves instead of just giving up or throwing in the towel or looking for a handout, because these programs are designed to keep you at a certain income level, one that is below the level of poverty, and you can probably get a cashier job or a customer service job that's going to pay you more entry level coming in the door. So do you want to get peanuts from the government to sit at home all day and watch reruns of Jerry Springer, or do you want to apply yourself and get a job that can open doors and lead to many more opportunities that can benefit you and your colleagues and your family members? Because once your money grows, your experience grows, your knowledge grows, everything around you grows. So there's no point in holding yourself back or stopping or limiting that growth. Growth is all around us. It's a part of life, just like grass rising from the ground, or the seasons in life, your hair growing, your kids getting taller, your nails getting longer. Growth is a part of life. So join the growth in life and grow from that Section 8, grow from that welfare, grow from that child support, and stop leaning on these programs in place. They are temporary for you to figure your life out and move past it and not lay in it. Because anything you've been through or you will go through is temporary. It doesn't rain always. The sun doesn't shine always. The sun has to set, the sun has to rise, and your problems will come and go. They won't be there always. So as long as you know that and apply that to your life, just know that you can be better, you can have better, you can see better, and it's more out here for you to partake in to increase your life so that you can benefit from it. Also, with Social Security and disability, if you haven't paid into the system, you won't get much out of the system. You have to be of a certain age or pay a certain amount of money into the system. And a lot of people, they're getting, $700, $800, $1,000 a month. You can't live off that. You have to have an old car. You're not going out to eat. Your clothes aren't the best. So everything that you're doing is going to be at a lower spectrum because you have low operating capital. So find a way to apply yourself, whether it's delivering groceries for Ship, finding an online job, finding a 1099 job. Just find yourself a way to generate more income so that you can have a better quality of life. I mean, just think about it. If you did have a car, you was in this situation, you needed a transmission. If you're generating $1,000 a month from Uncle Sam, how long would it take you to get that transmission in your car, that alternator fix or that starter fix? So you don't want to live your life on struggle mode. find creative ways to generate more money so that you can break away from the system and you won't be a crutch. Because the system, it's not saving you, it's pacifying you, it's doing just enough to keep you floating along. It's just like a leaf riding on a stream of water going down the river. It's got enough momentum to keep floating and keep going. It's not gonna sink, it's not gonna fly, it's just gonna stay constant. It's gonna be constant. So you don't want to stay constant. At some point you want to lift, you want to elevate, you want to grow, you want to go to the top floor, you want to eat good, you want to go on vacations, you want to see the world, you want to experience things, you want to go to a concert, you want to get a passport, you want to do all these things, and you want to break the chains of bondage through Section 8, child support, disability, and Social Security. Challenge yourself to do better. It's in you. This is not the end of the world. And yeah, you might be scared. And failure is a part of life. But one thing about failure, it just shows you what not to do. You navigate, you change gears, you go left, you go right, you go up, you go down. And you change the way you're doing things so that you can grow and do more. Last but not least, the last contender I saved was child support. Child support is an age-old system that is nothing more than financial slavery. It straps financial bondage to the male or female that has to pay the primary custodial parent. One of my biggest takeaways from it is the government makes so much money off this system. I mean, just one state alone makes millions of dollars. They put it in an interest-bearing account. In some cases, they've even invested into the stock market, hedge funds, finding ways to make it more liquid. Once they generate money off your money that they've held for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, then they decide to disperse it to you after they've used your money as an investment. And then they give you the residual. So it's a lose-lose situation for the payee and the payer. I would recommend, and I know this doesn't apply to all situations, at all costs it's always best to try to communicate between both parties to come up with an amicable solution, because no one wins through the child support system, because the government is going to exploit it to make money. Let's be frank, they really don't care about the well-being of the child. The only well-being they care about is that financial money that they're getting between both parties, invested, make interest, then they turn around and pay it out to the other parent. So it's not winning, it's not helping. Yeah, you may think, oh, well, I'm getting $500 a month. I got them where I want them. But in the long run, think about if he loses his job, or he gets sick, or she gets sick, or they can't work, or they can't provide. Now what happens? Or what if you lose that other parent that's paying? What will you do then? So it's just best to come up with a plan or a solution or a way to where you can co-parent or be adults, or remove your feelings or emotions from the situation so that you can come to terms with a great plan that works for both parties. Because you didn't hate each other when you were creating the child, so it can't be that bad. Whatever issue that's going on now was there before, whether you knew about it or whether you're just finding out about it. It was there all along. So now it's here, you know it, but the child is here, and that should supersede any issues that you have. So put your issues aside. Let's be a parent. Put your big boy pants on, your big girl pants on. Let's take care of this kid. Let's support them. Let's come together. And just let's be supportive and make them grow, because kids need both parents. There's no need to be in the system, because the system don't really care about neither one of y'all. Even if you get a lawyer, one party get a lawyer, both parties get a lawyer. It's still a lose-lose deal, and I'm speaking from experience, just in case you're wondering. No one wins in a child support case except for the lawyers and the judge getting the money or salary. Those are the only people that win. So tread lightly when you go down there and you think you're helping yourself or you're hurting your ex. It's not hurting them really. It's really hurting all three of you all. The mom, the dad, and the kid. Because if the dad hurts or the mom hurts, the kid hurts, because it's all a connection. It's a pyramid. The kid at the top, the dad here, the mom here. It's a pyramid. So if you take out any part of that pyramid, now you have 2 points instead of 3. And one must suffer once you remove one from the equation. So just be mindful of what you think, who you get information from, and how you proceed with child support and taking care of your kid and the choices you make. I mean, even if you all didn't work out, you don't have to hate each other. You don't have to raise holy hell. Come up with a way. Even if you had to get negotiated, whether it's mom, dad, auntie, cousin, just come up with a neutral party and a plan that works so that you will not be tied up in the system, because some people never get the money, some people get behind, some people get sick. I mean, so many things take place within the system. And then another part that I won't go too deep in, a lot of people that lose custody battles or child support battles, they form addictions, but from lack of money or that child not being in their life. So they turn to drugs, they turn to alcohol, they turn to sex. And overindulgence of anything will eventually get you down. They may even turn to overeating. So this other parent that you're waiting or depending on to take care of this kid financially and mentally and spiritually may not be that same person once they go through the system, or they lose a certain amount of money, or that trauma hits them. Their health may go down, their mental may go down, their finances may go down. Anything could happen. So now you created a whole nother situation where they're no longer in a position to provide for this child, or they may not be able to provide for themselves, all because you felt it was the power move or the ultimate play to put he or she on child support. It is not a chess move. It is a system that has been created for financial slavery, where the government benefits from you two bickering over the care and financial support of your child. That's why they separate custody from child support. They don't care if you ever see your child. All they want is that money coming in. They're going to suck it out of their paycheck. They're going to invest it. They're going to hold it. They're going to get their money out of the deal, and they're going to give you peanuts. And I mean, even if you was getting a hefty sum of child support, $2,000, $10,000 a month, whatever it is, the same thing is going on. They're taking the money, they're investing it, they're drawing interest on it, they're making money off of it, and then they're giving it to you after they've did all that they want to do with the money. So you're the last person to benefit from this. The money has gone the whole circle before it gets to you. It starts at the person that's paying the child support. They suck it out of their check. They're going to get it. They're going to put it in an account. They're going to invest it. They're going to hold it. Then once they gain that interest, they're going to release it, and you get it last. So the money you're receiving may have been gained a month ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So you're the last person to benefit. So if the child needed something right then and there, the system is not here to help you. They charge you a fee for collecting the money. They charge you a fee for the debit card that they give you. So they're getting money all the way around the board. So just be responsible. Think about it. Apply yourself. It just come up with a plan. Just challenge yourself to do something different, something meaningful, something positive, and some, who knows, you might take that person off child support and they may give you more. Y'all, you know, the relationship can always be better and foster growth. Hopefully, this benefited you in some shape, form, or fashion. This has been the Tea of the Week. My name is Chuck with the Millionaire Mindset, and I just came up with another episode to challenge you to grow and be better and just explore the limitations of your mind, and just don't be programmed to do the same things that may or may not be working for you. Do something differently. But I will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm Chuck, over and out. Peace.